Hey guys, it's me. Thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. I know that's not a huge milestone, but I got here a lot quicker than I thought I would, and the response has been really positive, and I'm just super grateful for that. So thank you. That being said, I wanted to do this video on a long-awaited topic, which is what happened in New York City in reference to my I relapsed and it was a blessing video. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit and talk to you guys about what happened and just do a little story time and just kind of let you guys know. I wanted to wait until I had processed what happened and was in a better place before I before I told that story from a bad place. I wanted to tell that story from a better place. So I'm in a much better state of mind now. It's been over a week. I've been going to meetings every day, NA and AA meetings. I have two sponsors. I have an NA sponsor and an AA sponsor. I've been working the steps, and now I just wanted to go back in time and learn from the mistakes that I made. So I wanted to go ahead and start it off by saying I went to New York City last week and I relapsed, and it was a blessing, because I would never have taken my recovery so seriously if I hadn't realized how desperate in need I was in for recovery, for getting sober. I didn't realize, I don't think I had hit enough point of desperation before that to be like, I have a serious problem. Because when I started drinking, I really thought I could handle having a drink, having one drink, having two drinks in a social environment, and I could not do it. I blacked out. I made a fool of myself. So me and Bobby, we went to New York City with the premise that he would help me pay for things because I have been financially in a really rough spot. So I went there dependent on him. And then he was out getting a tattoo that he had planned months in advance. And I was left to my own devices to hang out with his friends. So I hung out with his friends while he was gone, and so I didn't know these people very well. I don't know them very well. And I wanted to fit in, and they were drinking heavily. And it was like a weekend. It was a Friday night, so of course I was like, it's Friday, I'm on vacation, let's just try this out. Let's just do it. Let's just see how it goes. And it did not turn out the way that I wanted it to go, because I blacked out within an hour. I got a little thing of whiskey. I finished it all to myself. Within an hour, I blacked out. Apparently, I was super nasty, super verbally abusive to Bobby. And emotionally manipulative, and that's really fucked up with me. And sorry, I'm just processing how badly I behaved. I don't remember any of it, but I was told, and I remember snippets of feeling emotionally manipulative and feeling like, oh, it was so cringy and so bad, and I hurt the person that I love the most. And yeah, so from then on, during this blow up, my whole thing was, I want to do whatever I want. If I want to, cocaine was involved. I wanted to do cocaine, and Bobby had told his friends to warn me that I wouldn't regret that if I did that. And that made me feel so controlled, and it made me feel like it wasn't my choice anymore, and that made me angry. And it made me embarrassed, and I was trying to prove everybody wrong. I can do drugs, I can drink, I can go dancing, and I can do all of this stuff and get fucked up, and it's fine because I'm on vacation. Boy, was I wrong. Whew, yeah, so I woke up the next day, didn't know anything that happened. Me and Bobby sat and talked for a while, and it was really emotional. And we needed to break up because I hurt him so bad that we just needed to break. He needs to have his space, and I needed to have my space to do whatever I want. Because apparently, subconsciously, I don't feel like I can do that in a relationship. A day goes by or so, not even a day goes by, and so remember, I don't have any money. And at this point, I got kicked out of his friend's place because I was so nasty when I was drunk. Bobby offers me a flight home and offers me an Airbnb as long as I pay him back. And I'm like, fuck that, because I don't want to be dependent on you anymore. And I want to figure out how to do New York with no money on my own. So I tried it out. and I refused all of his requests to like send me home, and I just didn't want to be in any more debt than I already was in. So I reached out to an acquaintance from high school that I knew lived in New York City, and I ended up staying at his house, and he took me out to a comedy show. We got some food, we went for walks, we got drinks. I drank non-alcoholic beer, of course, and soda water is what I do at bars now, and I try not to be in those people, places, and things if I know they're going to be triggering, you know. So I learned a lot from that, and I'm still I learned a lot, but I have a lot to learn, like a lot to learn. So this is just my experience a week later, you know. So take that with a grain of salt. Ended up, I was vulnerable. I had just gone through a breakup. I was left alone in New York City, and I didn't know what to do. I ended up going to meetings, multiple meetings every single day, and just had a blast riding the train, walking around, and I really got to know myself from being alone. And I hadn't been so alone, but in this huge city in ever, and it made me feel so independent, so competent, so able to take care of myself, just to be able to maneuver around New York City, go to my own events, hang out by myself, read books, write, and just be in this city full of hope and inspiration. And it was amazing. And yeah, so I ended up sleeping with the guy who let me stay at his house for the few days that I was kicked out of Bobby's friend's house. So technically it wasn't cheating because we were broken up, but that doesn't, it goes to show that like I have a lot of, I often use sex as a way to escape and to validate myself, and I can't do that anymore. Like I need to work on that, because I've done it for years, and even when I was doing it, I knew that it was coming from a place of I'm hurt, and I just want this instant gratification, and I need to reflect on that and just learn from it and move on, you know. So that phase of my life is, you know, coming to an end, and I'm gonna start a new beginning because I am moving to New York City. I'm moving to New York City as soon as I can. I already got a job offer, and now I'm just looking to lock down a place to live that accepts Atlas and Luna, and I'm just super excited for a new beginning, a new start. Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. Oh, and for an update on anything else, I will update you guys again. I've just been meditating and praying every day, working the steps with my sponsors, and trying to have a little hope and have as open a communication I can with my higher power to guide me throughout this journey, because it's a roller coaster, and I need a seatbelt. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Talk to y'all later.